Finding songs for your worship set list is a prolonged task. You want to make sure that you have the right songs, how many songs. Oh man, it's just a lot. Today, I'm going to give you my exact framework that I use to help me find the perfect songs for my worship leading set list. Let's jump into it. What's going on, family? My name is Michael, and I help worship leaders grow spiritually and practically so that they can lead worship more effectively. And today, I'm going to give you my exact formula that I use to help me find the perfect songs, the right songs for my worship set list. Now, hey, if you want to get access to this full thing in a PDF form, I want you to go to my website, michaelegould.com/toolkit to get my worship leader toolkit. Inside of this toolkit, it has everything that you need to help you pick your songs, help you work with your team, help you lead worship. It helps you do the full thing from start to finish on your worship set. Again, that's michaelegould.com/toolkit to get access to it today. If you haven't already, I want you to hit that like button and subscribe so that you can get notified every time that we drop a new video. So every week we have to find the right songs to sing for our worship set. We don't want to just randomly pick songs out of a hat, randomly throw songs together, but we want a continuous flow so that everyone will feel comfortable to worship. We want the right songs so that we can invoke the presence of God. So let's start off with step one. The first thing that I do when I'm trying to find songs for a set list is I think about the sermon series or the sermon that my pastor is going to preach. Now, my pastor does these things where every month we start a new sermon series. So he'll let us know a little bit ahead of time, and we can try to pick songs that matches with the thing that he's going to be teaching about. Because what we want to do is we want to reiterate what Holy Spirit is saying to our church. So if our pastor has the download about this certain title, this certain sermon series, we want to echo that, or we want to push that narrative to our church by finding songs that go along with it. If I can't find songs that match the sermon series, then what I'll do, I'll begin to ask God to help me to find songs to minister to not only the people, but to minister to him as well. Now, when I'm praying and I'm seeking God, most of the time I'll hear God tells me a certain type of theme or a certain type of assignment. He'll say, son, I want you to focus on joy this Sunday. So, okay, cool. So now I have this assignment. I have this theme. I can find songs around joy. I can find songs that has to deal with the joy of the Lord. And that way I know if I've got this assignment from God and he told me that this is what he wants to deal with, when I find songs that match that theme, they're going to be a blessing to the people and allow us to worship God a little bit more effectively. So that's what I would do. The second thing is once I've got the assignment, once I've got the sermon series, I go into our repertoire that we have already. I don't necessarily go and try to find new songs right off the bat. No, I want to go into the repertoire of songs that we already have and find songs that match that theme or match that assignment that I got from God. Once I get those songs that match that assignment, the third thing I do is I think about the length of our worship set. How long do we have to lead worship? How long of a time do I have to sing, and if you're like my church, we have 30 minutes of praise and worship. And I know for some people, like 30 minutes, geez, that's a lot. And I know some churches that have an hour for praise and worship, which is amazing. But we have 30 minutes at my church. So now I want to make sure that I have enough songs, not just to fill up that time slot, but enough songs that we can have to effectively minister to the people and minister to God. Because, of course, along with that length of time, I want to leave some space for Holy Spirit to minister. I want to leave some space for us to possibly sing some spontaneous songs, some spontaneous worship to God. So I want to leave some space for Holy Spirit. So it may not just be, oh, we got 3 songs today, or we have 4, we have 5, but I may say we have 3 songs and we're going to leave 10 minutes for Holy Spirit, or we're going to sing 2 songs and we're going to leave 20 minutes for Holy Spirit, something like that, because I want to allow God to minister to us during our worship set. Now, once I've got those songs, that time length, and I've got the worship assignment, I've got the sermon series, now I think about my team's capability and my team's availability. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, I'm going to look at my roster and say, who's singing on my team? Are the people singing on my team capable of singing these type of songs that I have picked out? And this is not to bash your team, look down on your team, but you want to make sure you have the right people singing the right songs. Because if you have more difficult songs and the availability of your more seasoned singers or better singers are not there, then of course you want to try to go back to the drawing board and pick some songs that you know that the people who are available and who are going to be singing, that they can, accurately pull off, that they can actually sing these type of songs. Because the one thing as a worship leader that you don't want to do, you don't want to put your team in a compromising state. Now, what do I mean by that? Putting your team up there knowing that they don't have the musical capacity to carry out the songs that you're trying to sing. That's like really embarrassing. So I think about my team's availability and their capability. Now, let's say I got the worship assignment and the sermon set down. I've got the right songs. I've got the length of our worship set. I've got the capability and the availability of my team correct. I know who's going to be there. I know who's going to be singing. Now I pray over this thing and I say, God, now this is what you've given me. I pray that you would minister and that we would be able to minister and bless you as well as we are worshiping. That's pretty much how I find my songs each week from my worship set list. I really hope that this is a blessing to you. Again, if you want access to this, you can get access to my worship leader toolkit. Again, this thing is going to walk you through from picking songs to choosing new songs. It's going to basically help you do the whole shebang. It's going to walk you through it. All you have to do is get this and go to my website, michaelegould.com/toolkit to get access to this. I really hope this guy's blessed you. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.